Kyrian Uchenna joins us, and the focus is on DPC's agenda. He is the Democratic People's Congress governorship candidate for Imo State. Good to have you join us.
Thank you, Suleiman. Nice being in your studio.
How does it feel like riding on a motorbike in Lagos? Because you had to leave your car to get here.
Yeah, it was very hectic. And because the program is such that I want the people to get to hear me, get to hear there is a young man who is very passionate about his state, his people, and he wants to get involved making a difference. That is the reason why I had to abandon my car, pick up the car.
Is your phone on vibrating? I think, yeah, it's going to upset. Yeah. Go ahead.
I had to just leave the car, pick a cab, and had to go through the stress being here just to beat the time.
I must say congratulations and thanks. And
thank you very much.
When next I tell you, move 2-3 hours before time, you know why we're saying all of that.
Yeah, I actually left about 2 hours, 30 minutes before the time, but you know the traffic in Lagos is always crazy.
I just arrived today from Enugu. I was in Awka, Anambra State. I passed through Onitsha. By the way, for those who did that marvelous job around Onitsha, that's fantastic. Onitsha is pretty clean now. Yeah. Time was when it was the dirtiest city. We have to be giving, credit and just knocks on those. And I realized that in the East, they love billboards. But I didn't see your billboard.
My billboard is there.
A very big one.
Yeah. No, at strategic places, you get to see my billboard. MCC Road, my billboard is there. Wedra Road, my billboard is there. A little bit after ABC Transport, you see my billboard there. Going on the way to Akigwe, you see my billboard there. The billboard is there.
Now let's talk politics of Imo State. Why are you in politics?
I would say for 2 reasons. My personal reason and also the experience of other people. While living abroad, I've seen the situation of our people. I see the way they live. I see the way they are treated. And I know Nigeria is not a poor country. Nigeria is very rich. We should be giving some level of respect outside there. Nigerians are not treated fine. A good incident occurred when I was in Poland. I had a racist assault. I reported, I was spat upon. It was a serious matter. That was, I said, personal experience. I was spat upon. I reported the incident to my school. My school got involved. And then throughout the whole process, I had to travel all the way from Krakow to Warsaw to go report the incident to the Nigerian embassy. 3 good occasions. The embassy didn't get involved throughout the period of the case. And when I was coming back, because I'm a lawyer, I had to come back with all my documents because I know at the point in time, people may be saying, oh, this thing never really happened. That is what they do there. So now it was based on this incident, I started asking question. This is racist assault on me. My school, Catholic University of America, is really involved in the matter, but my country didn't send any representative. They don't want to know what's happening to me. Then I asked a question. The question is, what is the value of my citizenship? As a Nigerian, what is the value of my citizenship? And my citizenship can only be accorded value if those who are leading us understand the role of leaders and their citizens. So the reason why the citizens of Nigeria, they don't have any value placed on them is because those who get into office don't even know the slightest, don't have the slightest philosophy about leadership. That leadership is about the people. That is why you see in a democracy, they say the government of the people, for the people, by the people. And when you go into the introduction of every constitution, they say, we the people. And also, I think Section 3 of Nigerian Constitution say sovereignty belongs to the people of Nigeria. So when you have leaders that don't understand these things, they have the wrong philosophy and mindset about leadership, the citizens suffer. So I suffered because those who are set to take charge of Nigerians in Poland had no understanding of who I am as their citizen. And say, if we keep on going this way, we'll keep suffering. Except people who understand what leadership is all about, get involved. This is my personal experience. And then the experience of other Nigerians, the way we are treated abroad, even when we've not done anything. And when those matters come up, instead of maybe our embassies or those who are supposed to, where we have consulate, they're supposed to get involved, at least first of all, hear your citizens out. Most of the time, they want to shift the blame and blame the Nigeria, even when they've not done any investigation all over the places. I've been to over 20 countries, the same thing, in Europe, Africa, America, everywhere. Except in few cases, exceptional cases like in Switzerland. Most of the times when Nigerians are treated bad, our leaders, the embassy does nothing. So this experience is what led me to foray into politics. That if we have the right people with the right philosophy, with the right set of mind, with the right training, with the right education and leadership, we will get it right. Nigeria is a blessed country.
So what exactly, because if I'm to look at this correctly, it would seem as if this can only be effected or when you come on maybe national, governance. For instance, you're going into the presidency, but you're going into the governorship, you're seeking to be governor of Imo State. And if that is what you're pursuing, I'm trying to find out what exactly is making you, come back home to Imo State and talk to your people and say, wait a minute, hold it, I want to be your governor. What's missing exactly that you think that you can offer the people of Imo State?
Okay. You will discover that, yeah, the particular incident I'm talking about, we may be looking at it from the federal perspective. But I want to tell you, most of those people I encounter outside there, Nigerians, if you meet like 10 Nigerians outside, about 4 or 5 of them are Igbos. They are Igbos. And most of them from Imo State. I've seen my brothers there. So I know what they go through there. You have to start somewhere. Politics is always local. Now, if we have a lot of Imolites outside there, stranded, some don't have papers, some actually have papers, they are being treated bad. And then now we can come back, try to create a platform. Have a state that is functional. That is where it starts. The federal government will not do everything for us. And there is no southeast state that have not gotten their share of allocation from 1999 till date. The only time we had some little breakage was in Anambra State during the regime of Ngige. And because of the issues that were on ground between him and President Olusegun Obasanjo, they withheld the allocation. But after that, the whole allocation was paid up during the time of His Excellency P2B. So Imo State have received their fair share of allocation. And if we're able to get the leadership right, some of our people who are outside there, they will not need to be there. For example, I traveled to Poland to go do masters in law. As far back as 1970s, because I'm a student of history, 1980, Nigerians only travel to UK. But these days we go to Benin Republic, we go to Ghana, all sorts of places to go get certificate. This is the country of intellectuals where people are doing so well.
So does this resonate with the agenda of DPC?
Yeah, it resonates with agenda of DPC. DPC is all about the people, returning power back to the people. Our whole concept of leadership revolves around the people, getting the people an inclusive government, whereby you have to listen to the people. Like when I came back and after joining DPC, I needed to go around the 27 local government, try to see what do our people want. Not just what we want for them, what do they want? And based on my research on what they want, what we're able to discover what they want, we're able now to craft our manifesto to suit what the people of Imo State, the majority of them, what they want in governance.
What exactly did you find out? What are their wants?
Our people are not asking for too much. They just want basic things. They want good transport system. There is no even a transport system in Imo State. It's failed. They want good transport system. There cannot be any meaningful development without this transport infrastructure. And if there is no transport infrastructure and you are talking about bringing investors into a country, are they going to be flying? They need to move either by rail or by road or by air. And the fastest means and cheapest means of transportation should be by rail. And that is the reason why we've got to know that if we will be able to move persons from one point to the other in Imo State, then we need to make sure that Imo State has a functional rail system, and it's not rocket science. Romania is a very poor country. They have good train system. Hungary is a very poor country. They have good train system. Poland is a poor country. In fact, Imo State as a state is richer than Hungary. I've been to Budapest. I was wowed by the train network. So if we're able to get the transport system right, get energy right, and also we're able to put up policies, economic policies that can make SMEs to thrive very, very well, and then be able to get other donor partners to be able to run certain program in the state, we definitely know that our people, they have the spirit of industry Based on, if we can create this platform, this basic thing, they can hop on it and attain to any height they want. Like in America, something special about America is that the opportunity is created. And once you see that opportunity, you can hop on it and the sky will be your starting point. But we don't have such opportunities here, no opportunity. You virtually do everything for yourself in Imo State.
What if I say, I've heard all this before? It sounds familiar. Politicians, I don't know if they have a template, if they have a, one, copy of same book they pick off the shelf and they all read it out to the people. Because it sounds so familiar. So what would you be saying to people of Imo State that will make them believe that yours is quite different from what we've heard before?
Thank you very much. If you go to hire somebody, for example, if you are running an interview, you want to hire, there are certain things you look out. You look out for those things. First of all, you want to look at what is the pedigree. I am not a regular politician. I have a pedigree. I'm a lawyer. I've traveled wide. I'm a technocrat. I have a pedigree. The reason why we say, okay, we've been hearing this all this while is because those that have foraged into politics are the normal professional career politicians. But where you have people who have been able to grow up no matter how little the business, and people who understand ethics, people who understand what it means to be able to follow policies, what it means to be able to follow rules, what it means to be able to set templates on ground and then to grow an economy. What happens is that those set of people, they come with something different on the table. For a good example, the former governor of Anambra State, he'd been in the private sector before. He's not the usual career politician. And when that opportunity came calling, he was able to make the difference. So I'm not the usual career politician. I'm an intellectual. I'm a lawyer. And I've been able to get into little businesses that I've been able to grow myself. And I have passion. I know the pains of the people, what they are going through. So I'm coming with something very different. What I'm coming with is that the pedigree is there. They can go search it out. The pedigree is there. And I've traveled to see what is...
Sometimes, sorry to cut you there, sometimes it looks so easy and people buying and people listen to you. And the fear there is that they've seen people of your kind, intellectuals, people who were abroad and they came back home. They didn't do any better in some of their states. So that is why you have to really convince the people of Imo State, because now that they're listening to you and now we're talking, you have to tell them more. And that is why I'm going back to this. I still think that we should talk more about your agenda for those people and see how workable some of them are.
Oh, okay, thank you, Suleiman. I want to take a cue from somebody I'm looking up to when it comes to the politics of Imo State. And that person is no other person than the late Day Sam Mbakwe. He was a lawyer, very passionate about our people. He came up with a policy and was able to make a change. When he was the governor, we had a bigger Imo State comprising of the current Imo, Abia State, and some part of Ebonyi State. He was able to build Aba, build Umuahia, build all these things. He did them under 4 years, between 1979 and 1983. They are there. Now, what do I want to do? We've been able to go around and see what our people are going through. We discovered that we had to look into their welfare. We have to look into the infrastructure. We have to take a look at the security because of the high rate of kidnapping in Arondizog area, axis of Imo State. And also we have to look into education. These things are pillars of any development. And when we come to welfare, we'll be bringing something on board. We will have to take a look at the social welfare of the people. America is the center of capitalism in the world, but they take care of their less privileged ones. We don't have any such in this clan, except for those who are running their private, what do we call it? Maybe charity organization and foundation. But the state government, the local government, they've never been involved in charity. It will interest you to know that the poorest local government in Imo State is Nkwere. Nkwere gets far above 100 million every month from federation allocation. If we can bring out 20 million every month from the allocation of each local government, we have 27 of them, pull the fund together and run a program to be able to take care of our people. We'll see very soon there is the vote buying. Vote buying is a Stockholm syndrome because the people want to meet a basic need according to Maslow's hierarchy of need. They need to survive. And it's a syndrome. And because they want to survive, that is the reason why you can't just place anything around it. Explain it why somebody will have to sell his vote for 1,000 naira. That shows hunger is in the land. And I've been in the grassroots. Once I came out for governor, everybody's a governorship. Everybody say, oh, I have this problem, I have this problem, I have this problem. So we need to put a charity package on ground to be able to lift the people up. And then they can come out of that basic need where they can be able to fight for themselves and do something meaningful. Excuse me. There is also, when we take a look at the issue of social welfare, we take a look at the issue of economic welfare. We move from that place to infrastructure, security, and education. By the time we put these things in place within these 4 years, we have a comprehensive blueprint that we call Imo State 50 Years Development Plan. And we intend to take this document and sponsor an executive bill. Once that executive bill passed, it becomes a law. Now it has 3 phases. The short-term plan in that document will be taking place between 2019 and 10 years' time. The medium-term plan will take place between 2019 and 25 years' time. And the long-term plan is from 2019 to 50 years plan. Now I'll be staying only 4 years in office. Now
you don't want to go for another 4 years? Just
maximum is 8 years. But I'm just talking about the first tenor. We can't be talking about the second one. Now, within the period of this first 10 or 4 years, it falls within the 10 years of the short-term plan that we'll have for Imo State in that document. And we've been able to reduce what we want to do within that 4 years, the things we want to tackle, to an acronym, WISE Solution. WISE Solution, the W part of the WISE is welfare. The I part of it is infrastructure. The S part is security. The E part is education, functional education, not the kind of education we have today to read and write. Functional one that has entrepreneurial skills instilled in it. These are the things we want to do. And I know when Imolite listen to me and they see this document, we have an abridged form of it, and we're going to be bringing out the main document out there and they see. And these things pass. No governor can just come to lead the people by his whims and caprices.
Now you go around. Sorry, because I'm trying to see how much I can cover before we'll wrap this off, even though I'm interested in having you come on the program maybe in the new year. You have to come back. Okay. But aren't you worried? Because we have, you know how they say it in Nigerian politics, heavyweights, political heavyweights, the other politicians who are in Imo State, don't their presence bother or worry you?
Not at all. Let me explain to you. Power belongs to the people. And we are passing that stage whereby some people think that they are the ones that determine what happens in the state. The tempo in Imo State is such that if in 2019 they try to, well, how will I put it? They try to work against the wish of the people.
I know where you headed, but what if I decide to surrender my power over a pot of porridge?
Yeah, I know.
Call it vote buying, but I say, okay, well,
I'm not afraid of any name. There is nothing like big names. Let me explain the reason why. The power belongs to the people. For example, let me give you good instances. If somebody wants the ballot snatching, have you ever seen any of these big politicians go to snap the ballot? No. They use the youths. They use the young men. I have been with this youth. I've been talking with them. I know the state of their mind. The same thing that happened in Imo State during the time of the first tenure of His Excellency Rochas Okorocha in 2011. That is what is going to play out again. The youth are disgusted with all the old politicians, and they're going to show that during the election.
Well, I think it's a fine place for us to leave it. And I said, it's a promise I'm making you. I'm making you a New Year promise. You'll come back on the show
again.
So
I already have a New Year promise?
So you have a New Year promise. So for 2019, we're gifting you an appearance here again to talk to Imo people, because young people need all the platform just as the old people, but we need to hear the new people come with their kind of politics. Many thanks for joining us, and I hope by the time you go out, your car will be here. Otherwise, if your car is not here, well, we have good bikes and you ride home.
No, I think they are here by now. They are here.
All right, okay.
Nice, Suleiman. Thank you very much
for
the opportunity.
It's a wrap on Political Stew today, and next week is Christmas Day. And well, let's see if we can have that right here, live again. See you there.